What's up, Tigers? How y'all doing? Just Yearn here. Yearn to succeed and follow your dreams. Back again with another YouTube. Back again with another YouTube. Just want to thank everybody for the likes, comments, shares. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Appreciate all of you guys. I just want to keep on preaching about being active. I think the main concern is that we don't know how long this is gonna last. And it's gonna last for a while. That's the harsh reality of things. That this quarantine, this pandemic, is going to last for a while. So let's just use our creative juices so we can stay occupied, that when all of this is over, we can have a fighting advantage, because we're hitting a recession right now. The same thing that happened in 2008 is going to happen again. So we want to stay alert and keep our minds open to having to having opportunities of advancement when this is over. If you've been checking out my previous videos, I've stated that this is the time to stay occupied. This is the time to stay busy. Yesterday, if you checked out the post, I posted a few books that we can read to survive boredom. That was the whole topic. It was surviving boredom. And I posted up some things that we can do to survive boredom, make sure that we stay on the right path, so we can have this fighting advantage. It's all about survival. Like right now, we are in what they would say like the Hunger Games, in a sense. I think that's another movie along with several that can help us analyze and process what's going on. A lot of people say there's Contagious, there's the Matrix, there's Born Identity. There are so many movies that kind of relate to what's going on in this pandemic. Moving forward, like I said yesterday, I posted some books, and we're all and I'm talking about surviving boredom. Excuse me, I'm talking about survival of the fittest, in a sense. Like this is where the games begin. This is where it's like do or die in a nutshell. So I know that there are a lot of parents home with children, and I thought of some ideas that you can talk to your kids with. Ideas you can talk to your kids with, and curricular activities that you can do with your kids during this time, because we don't know how long this duration is going to be. We hear April, we hear 2 months, we hear 3 months. We do not know. Only God really knows how long we're going to be in this state of emergency, so to speak. So yesterday I promised that I would deliver a message for the kids, and I'm actually doing this at nighttime for a reason, because normally you put the kids to bed at nighttime. So I posted it at nighttime so any parent or single mother, single father who has a child can spend some time listening to this and taking some notes down, jotting some notes down rather. So I think that this is going to be good for the kids. I think it's also going to be good for you. Gives you a time to get to know your son or your daughter better, or your children better, and brings you two together. Because let me just say this before I dissect and get to my message. 1 second, I'm just warming up the car. All right. So one thing that we want to do is make sure that we cancel out generation curses. Our parents had us, most of us, with good intentions for us to prosper, for us to grow, and for us to become better. That's the only way we can keep the legacy of our last name, is to push the legacy further in a positive route. So this is the perfect time to get to know your children better, and for your children to get to know you better, so they can have somebody to look up to in this world of in this world where everybody's just trying to fake it, we do not have real examples of leaders. So without further ado, I have how to save your children from boredom. So that's gonna be the topic. Yesterday was surviving boredom, part 2. So today is how to save your children from boredom, and it just might save you as well. So I got the thing. I know a lot of children were in school, so I said first things first. Make sure your children finish the work from school. All right, that's most important. Make sure they all caught up. Make sure they all caught up on all of their assignments and everything they have to do. All right. So once you do that, and make sure they finish it. They might feel like they on a vacation and have time to play, but make sure that they sit down and they finish the work that they have to do. And be honest with them. Ask them. Like, did you finish this work? And actually check their work. You're the parent. You're their guardian. Actually check the work and make sure that they actually finished it. They're not trying to sugarcoat anything. They're not trying to sweep anything underneath the rug. They're not trying to play any games with you. So make sure that they're actually finishing all the work and you're checking all the work, etc. So I have number 2. Talk to your kids, explaining to them what's going on. Allow them to know that they are safe. Now this is important. This opens up the channels of communication, not only for yourself but for your children. It is breaking down levels of trust. It's breaking down levels of communication. It's breaking down levels of honesty, and just being real. And I think that that's what we all, whether children, adolescent, early on, elderly, that's what we need to have in our life. These are part of the basic principles that we need on a day-to-day. So make sure you're talking to your children. Sit them down, have this conversation with them about what's going on in today, especially with technology and news and everything being, so up in your face, with social media and kids having iPhones and iPads and friends still talking on the phone, etc., that these kids are aware of what's going on. In a nutshell, their eyes and their attention span is like everywhere. They hear 1 minute, next minute they did, next minute they hear. So just be honest with them. Let them know what's going on, and let them know that they are safe. Let them know they are safe. I'm gonna jump before I get into number 3 and put a 2A. After you let them know that they are safe, make sure that they're staying clean. I know kids, they like to play around. They like to take toys and put them in their mouth sometimes, and go around the kitchen, walk around with their hands. They want to explore. They're natural explorers. Make sure that they are clean. All right. This is the time to make sure. Out of all the days, I know that your normal routine is getting ready for work, rushing out the house, getting your kids dressed, getting them to school. You got a break. You're on vacation, kind of. Got some time to woosah, and could get back to swing of things in a sense. So make sure that they staying clean. Make sure they're washing their hands. Make sure you're actually washing your kids. You're giving them showers. Make sure they clean. So that was a 2A right there. I got 3. Also, this is a good time to ask them what they like and what they don't like. Now is a great time to learn more about your children. Have it down on the paper. This is important, right? So we as parents, I said we as parents like I have kids. I don't have any kids. I don't even know why I said that. Adults, they quote unquote think they know what's best for their children, right? They're their guardian, they're the leaders, they're guiding them, they're showing them the ropes, they're showing them life, they're showing them their examples and what they've been through, and hoping that the children don't make the same mistakes that they made, right? But sit down with your kids, if you have kids, and ask them, what do you like? What don't you like? These kids will tell you. These kids will tell you, I like this. I like that. I don't like this. I don't like that. And then you can ask them, why you don't like it? Why you don't like that? They gonna tell you. Half the times, you might be surprised at what they, of how they answer, excuse me. You're gonna laugh. You're gonna be like, these kids, man. These darn kids. And that's going to build a rapport with you and your kids. And it's showing your kids that you actually appreciate them. All right? Because when I want to dissect for a minute, right? And I want to state that all problems stem from childhood, right? All problems stem from childhood. All right? So parents, please, 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 please listen to this. Listen to this concept. Listen to what I'm telling you right now. Please. It's imperative. All problems stem from childhood. All of them. All right? Just think about the problems. Think about some of your flaws and think about where they came from. Think about generation curses and why you the way that you are right now. Is it because of you? Is it because of your parents? Is it because of their parents? When you take some time to think about it, you can draw the line. You can kind of do that like a connect the dot game, you know? Boom, 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 boom. Oh, that's why I have all that anger. You know, that's why I have fear. This is why I'm resentful. This is why I have this characteristic in me, you know? And then you put the light bulb on, you know, then you look at the light and then you say, all right, I acknowledge the problem. Let me work on solving it. See what I'm saying? So be aware of what you're doing and how it impacts your kids, you know, because when they grow up, you know, they gonna have those issues. They're gonna have those problems with them when they get older. All right. So take the time to get to know what your children like and what your children do not like. You know, maybe your children like mashed potatoes. You know, maybe they don't like the Brussels sprouts. Ask them why. You know, start that convo. You know, maybe they love the apple juice box. You know, maybe they don't like cereal. You know, maybe they just don't like cereal. You know, ask them. Come on. My fault, y'all. All right. One second. All right. Thank you. All right, so I have number 4. Yesterday, I wrote a post about books. Some kids love books. I know kids usually like to play, but you have time for them to read some books. Why? Because reading is fundamental. You know, I don't know what's popular nowadays days, you know, but when I was a kid, I used to read Dr. Seuss. I used to read Nancy the Spider. I know now you kind of have like Dora the Explorer. You probably have other shows that's on Cartoon Network, Nick Jr. I'm not sure if they still show cartoons on PBS, Channel 13. I know growing up it was like Sesame Street. We had Gullah Gullah's Island. We had, what else did we have growing up? Drawing a brain fart. We had so many cartoons. So many kids shows for us to just absorb this information, just be an open sponge. So make sure your kids grab a book and they begin to read, you know. If you're saying to yourself, my child doesn't like reading, ask yourself, do you like reading? You know, maybe if you pick up a book, your son or daughter will pick up a book. You know, maybe if they see you reading the newspaper, they gonna read the newspaper. I mean, See you reading the newspaper. Excuse me. Hit with a tongue twister. Um, if you're also saying to yourself, my child doesn't read, I have another way for them to start reading. I have another fun way that they could start reading. So we have that. Oh, this kind of follows up. All right, boom. So number 5, keep them busy through activities. Create a routine as though they were in school. Make it fun for them and give them a half a day, not a full day. All right. So if they're not in school, but they're used to being in the routine of school, and they're used to having lunch, recess, etc., etc. Create a routine like a half a day. They don't have to get dressed up, but get them up. First period we're gonna do this. Second period we're gonna be doing this. Third period we're gonna be doing this. Fourth period we're gonna be doing this. Fifth period we're gonna be doing this. Lunch, go play, come back, do another thing, class over. All right? Their brain is, working, they're learning still. And you're getting to know your child better. You're getting to know more about your child, And then part of the curriculum you can do is have them read books. Have them read a book, depending on the length of each period, you do with them. So I have that. Teach them things. This is like a 5A. You know how I had 2A? So this is like a 5A. Teach them things you wish you would have learned in school. Maybe you say they in school, you don't want to teach them about math. You don't want them to do reading. You don't want them to do this kind of stuff. Boom. Teach them stuff at a young age. Teach them about finance. Teach them about business ethics. Teach them how to sell. Teach them about competing with others versus yourself, which kind of goes into economics and things of that nature. Teach them things that you wish that you was learning in school. Teach them things that you wish somebody taught you. A lot of times we grow old and we say, damn, my parents didn't teach me about finance. I don't know my history. I don't know where I came from. Like, this is a good time to sit your child down and talk to them. We got that. Boom. This kind of goes back with, it kind of goes with the curriculum. It kind of intertwines with all of these things, actually. Number 3, about this is a great time to ask them what they like and what they don't like. So I put number 6. It's a great time to tell them about their childhood. This is a great time to tell them about your childhood. This is a great time to explain to them, what did you experience as a child? Especially if they're old enough to remember your stories. If your kid is smart and have a great memory, explain to them how it was as a child, how you were as a child. Explain to them, show them pictures. Go down memory lane with them. A part of that, tell them about their history. All right? Not only tell them about your childhood, but let them know where they come from. Let them know about their history. Let them know where their grandparents came from. It's important that each child knows where they come from, so they won't be lost in this world. Also tell them that they are loved. All right? Now we go to work and we're so busy and we come home and they got school, so they got homework. You have to sit down with homework. You have to think of something that you're gonna eat. You and your husband probably had an argument. You and your baby daddy, whomever, your significant other. Y'all probably had an argument. Y'all probably tired through the day. Whatever the case might be, find some time and tell your children, tell your kid that you love them. It's important. You see what we facing out here, right? You see what we facing out here, right? We facing a world that don't love us. Because if that was the case, they wouldn't be doing this, right? So if the world out here don't love us, who gonna love us? I'm looking. Who gonna love us? All right? Let your children know that you love them. All right? Number 7, I got arts and craft. Now, on the arts and craft, I wrote down history, right? But I just explained history, right? Because you're telling them about your childhood, and then you're also telling them where you have come from, you know? And a part of the history, this would be a great time to let them FaceTime their grandparents so they can talk to them, you know, their aunts and uncles, you know, so they could talk to them. If they have cousins, so they could talk to them. Get to know the family. Get to know the family, you know? If you know you got a cousin from way yonder, maybe live in the South, maybe live on the West Coast, you know, and for the West Coast, maybe living on the East Coast, you know, and y'all haven't talked to each other in a long time. This is a great time. Oh, talk to uncle. You know? Share the memories, man. This is all we have in life. All we have in life is memories. Life was like a camera, you know? Everybody we encounter on each and every single day is a new memory. It's a new picture, you know? Every time we blink, that's our shutter speed. You know, that's the click. You know? Every time we talk or begin to talk with another human, we're beginning to take a picture. We're creating a new memory. We're creating a new experience, whether the picture ends up to be negative or positive. We gotta cherish these pictures. We gotta make sure that we have so many great memories that we can frame them and have our own Hall of Fame. So we can share these pictures with other people. So I got arts and crafts. I got drawing, painting, coloring. I even have knitting. You know, if your kid is at that age, you know, where they want to knit, allow them to do so. Also have puzzles. Puzzles are great for kids. Kids love playing with puzzles and trying to put them together. Also, depending on the age of your child, you have like Connect 4. You have checkers. You know, you have build the blocks. You have Barbie dolls. You have race cars. There's a lot of things that they can do to keep themselves busy and occupied. I have cooking. Teach them the importance of cooking. Teach them how to cook. Kids normally love helping out in the kitchen. All right? Kids normally love, especially when it comes to baking and making breakfast. Kids love it. I know I loved it when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I got excited when Mom asked me to help out in the kitchen. You know, and that's why now I know how to cook for my own. I don't need anybody to teach me how to cook. I mean, yeah, if they're like a master chef, you know, and they could show me some recipes, things I don't know. But for the most part, I can handle myself in the kitchen, you know? So teach your kids, so when your kids get older, they can, you know, help themselves in the kitchen too. And if you don't know how to cook, right, I'm pretty sure you know somebody who knows how to cook in your family. There's one person who could throw down in the kitchen. This goes back to history. Pick up the phone, hit them with the FaceTime. Let's get it cracking. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it cracking. Pick up the phone, FaceTime, let's get it cracking. Hey yo, Aunt Shirley, man, you put your foot in on macaroni and cheese, man. You mind sharing the recipe? You know, You and your me and my nephew, excuse me, or me and my niece, me and your niece, tongue twisters, want to learn how to make this. And if nobody knows how to cook in your family per se, you always got the internet. You got Google, you got YouTube, you got so many channels to show you the ropes. Let's go, guys. Let's go. We got exercise. Teach them the importance of being fit. Now, with this coronavirus out here, you please keep this to a minimum. Please keep this to a minimum. I don't want any child getting sick. This is not me telling you to have your kids sweating up and down in the house. But if you're exercising and you see your kid around you, let them join in too. Let them exercise too. There's sports that can be played around in the house. There's basketball. You could get creative. If you don't have a hoop or a Fisher Price hoop for the kid or whatever, take a little, like the Kobe, like we used to do. Kobe, get the paper, rip it, ball it up. Kobe, you goes to do football, hula hoop. You've got the hula hoop. Kids love hula hoop. Get them to do the hula hoop. Also, this, I didn't write this down, but this kind of goes to number 5A, when I said teach them things that you would want them, that you would want to learn in school, excuse me. And it also goes with number 2. Talk to your children. No, I'm lying. It goes with number 3. Take the time to figure out what they like and what they don't like. All right? When you combine them together, maybe this is a time that they're a great singer. What if they are good at cooking? We got Instagram, we got TikTok, you got YouTube. What if they're a great dancer and they dance a lot? Start them young. There's a kid who's a YouTuber who makes over $1 million already, and all he does is review toys. That's all he does. Review toys. This is a time where you can do something creative with your child. Pretty sure y'all seen Zaza. Her parents got her. Her parents got her. She found something, Zaza found something that she loves to do. Come on, man. This is the time. This is the time. Let's get going. If you have a daughter and they like fashion, have a model. Put it on TikTok. Get that going. Just be smart about what you do, and also don't do it for your selfish reasons. Ask God and ask the universe if this is going to be beneficial for your son or your daughter. Don't do things because you missed that opportunity of becoming successful and you want your daughter to become successful so they can get nah. That's not what I'm saying here. It's not what I'm saying here, Tigers. I'm saying here to use this opportunity, right? So you can advance, your child. So your child has a better tomorrow. That's what I'm saying. All right? Because at the end of the day, that's your child's success. That's not your success. I get it. If it wasn't for you, your child wouldn't be born, etc., etc. However, that's your child's success, not yours. All right? Your child should have the ultimate say on what they want to do. And they got to learn from their repercussions, in a sense. So if they're talented, they could cook, and you see it, and you ask them and they tell you, get them. If they like playing the drums or the piano, well, let them. You know, this is the time. This is the time to do so. We don't have nothing but time right now, guys. We don't have nothing but time. I think I got to the point. I think I said what I needed to say today. I think what I said can impact a lot of parents. And in closing, I want to say and always encourage you guys to be safe out here and be careful because the weather is different out here. Like, I could already smell, I could already smell the air. Like, it's different. It's different. I don't know what's going on. And it's funny too because I haven't seen any chemtrails. In the last 2 days, I haven't seen any chemtrails. So there's something different in the air. I'm gonna look tomorrow and I'm gonna keep y'all posted, right? But there's something different in the air. So make sure that your kids are safe, all right? Because children are our future. When we're long and gone from this earth is going to be filled with our children, you know. So it's important that we instruct them diligently and with the smarts, with the God-fearing smarts, to have the advantage in this world, you know. I also want to say my condolences to any child that's in the midst of an abusive situation. You know, tomorrow I'm going to post a prayer on the short stories and poems about this corona. You know, I'm going to work on it tonight. I'm going to have it out for tomorrow. It's going to be a short prayer just for everybody who's affected from this, because thank God nobody I know personally has been affected. That, you know, God, but I'm seeing on social media, I'm hearing, you know, that so many people are losing people due to this, man. And this is just so crazy, man. I never thought all my life that we would be right here, you know. Everybody said 2020 there'll be flying cars and it'll look like the Fifth Element out here, and look at the state that we're in, you know. So just be safe, protect yourself, and my prayers go out to all the children right now, because this post, this YouTube, this episode is dedicated to the children in the world, because the children are the future. Real talk. Just Yearn here. Yearn to succeed and follow your dreams. Have a good day. A night rather. Peace. One love. You already know. Woo! Just like that. Haha. Thank you to everybody who liked, comment, shared. Appreciate it. Oh, also before I leave, if you have any suggestions of what kids could do, comment below so other parents could see. Let's spread this positivity. Let's spread it. Come on, spread that positivity. Spread that positivity. We all gotta make the world a better place, man. We all have to make the world a better place. So if you know something that I didn't say, comment that. Let somebody else see it, all right? Help their children. Each one teach one, all right? Oh, before I go, because I keep thinking about things. I know there's a lot of children who don't have the privilege of having food in their homes, but there are a lot of restaurants giving out free lunch or free meals during a certain time. You can Google them and see. All right, you can Google, and there's a list of restaurants that can help your child. All right, please do not take advantage of this opportunity, please, but please take advantage of the opportunity, if that makes sense. All right, have a good night. God bless. One love. Peace.